Here I have a couple of examples of piecewise functions which tend to scare some people because they look different. You can see we have two different levels here of functions that can really intimidate some people, but really they're not all that difficult. If I told you that y or f of x equals x plus 5, and I ask you to find what does y equal when x is 3, well, you just plug in 3 for x, and you get 3 plus 5 is 8, so y would be 8. However, we split this up into two different parts. Now, the first part is where we have um, x plus 5, and that's where x is less than negative 2. So where x is less than negative 2, we would plug in our value for x into x plus 5. Where x is greater than negative 2, or equal to negative 2, we're going to get a negative 4. So uh, there's no x to be plugged in, it's just negative 4. So here, first off, x is 3, right? Instead of it being f of x, it's f of 3. We replace the x with a 3, so that's what we're going to plug into the function. Now, which one do we plug it into? Well, if I have 3, is that less than negative 2? Or is it greater than or equal to negative 2? In fact, it is greater than negative 2. So that means it's just negative 4. There's nothing to plug in there. Y is negative 4. F of x is negative 4. F of 3 is negative 4. If I have x being negative 4, I first ask myself, is that less than negative 2? Or is it greater than or equal to negative 2? Well, negative 4 is less than negative 2, so I plug that into this function. So negative 4 plus 5, that's a positive 1. And finally, negative 2. Well, is negative 2 less than negative 2? Or is it greater than or equal to negative 2? Because it does equal negative 2, we plug it again into this bottom function. So again, it's just going to be a negative 4. For the second example, we have two functions. We have two inputs for x. So depending on what we have, we're always going to have a variable as opposed to the first one where we have this constant negative 4. Right, so we can see that we have this top part for when x is less than 1. And we have this bottom part for when x is greater than or equal to 1. Well, x being negative 2, is that less than 1 or greater than or equal to 1? Because it's less than 1, we plug it into the top equation. So we get 2 times negative 2 plus 1. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus 1 is going to give me negative 3. When x is 6, because that's greater than or equal to 1, we plug it into the bottom function. So we get negative 2 times 6 plus 3. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12, plus 3 is negative 9. And then finally, f of 1, again, that's equal to 1. So we plug it into the bottom equation. So we get negative 2 times 1 plus 3. So we get negative 2 plus 3, which equals 1. This is evaluating piecewise functions, so hopefully this makes sense. The only difficult part from here would be more challenging functions, more difficult parts such as fractions or exponentials. But just follow these rules, remember your rules of algebra, and you'll be fine.